Hello everyone and welcome to Khalism. Today's episode is entitled The Pretzel. This recitation is from a manuscript or a compilation of my works called Catharsis, Allegorically Speaking. I wrote it on the 19th of March 2011, and this was back in the days before I even shared my stuff with anyone, or like I didn't even, for me to call myself a poet or like I write prose or a writer, like I dare not do that in these days. But this era I wrote some pretty profound stuff and I'm sharing it with you today. So here goes. Pretzels look like twisted hearts covered in sweet sticky syrup, sometimes bitter when covered in salt, sometimes sweet when covered in sugar, dark and sweet when covered in chocolate, but twisted nonetheless. I've never been a fan of pretzels nor twisted hearts because I've only ever tasted the ones covered in salt. I've never had the pleasure of indulging in a sweet pretzel. Yet you do get used to the taste of salted and dried pretzels, but you get to a point where you stop eating. You forget about the pretzel, what it tastes like, the scent, the texture. Every single part of the pretzel becomes non-existent in your taste memory. You only remember holding it in your hand and seeing it covered in those massive rocks of salt, which require you to drink a gallon of water after each packet to rehydrate, because every single pretzel in the packet is covered in gigantic rocks of salt. Would you prefer another packet of pretzels, one which hasn't been open to invasion by the atmosphere, a tightly sealed packet, or a different flavour perhaps? What happens when you're in the midst of a sweetened pretzel? Will you test the pretzel flavour, placing it on the tip of your tongue, or shove the whole pretzel into your mouth and wait for the surprise? Will you gamble all you fear on buying that lottery ticket for a chance of a winning ticket? How can you differentiate a twisted bitter heart from a pretzel when there's no comparison? Didn't you say that you forgot what a pretzel looked, tasted and felt and smelt like? Surely you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. How on earth could you compare a pretzel to a heart? How do you even remember the word pretzel and not have any idea of its associated images? There are so many inconsistencies in your statements. Story of my life. I mean, that took a weird turn at the end, but nonetheless I like it because, like, you know what I'm saying? I think that was towards the end of my degree and I discovered like philosophers like Rene Descartes, Levi Strauss, who often spoke about language, the hyperreal, signs, signifiers, all of that stuff is in my dissertation, which is also available to download from whereisko.com as well. But I discovered these writers, and this era, whilst I was writing my dissertation, it defined my writing style, but also changed it because I started challenging myself. And yeah, I was definitely, I don't know, I remember looking at a pretzel one day and I was like, right, it's like a twisted heart, like, but obviously it comes in different flavors and hearts come in different flavors, and I was just reflecting on like love and romance and hearts and whatever. So yeah, man, that's one of my favorite pieces because I was definitely like writing a lot at that point. And yeah, man, but yeah, let me know what you think. What do you think? Do you like pretzels? Are pretzels a good comparison to hearts? Are they twisted and bitter? Are they sweet and soft? Let me know. Peace.